Some other structures that you have in your skin is hair. We're all born with this thin, non-pigmented hair all over our body as a fetus that's called lanugo. And as it falls out, it gets replaced with terminal hair, which is thicker and coarse, and it's got color. It's pigmented. And you find this around your eyes and on your scalp. That's what the hair on your head is. Vellus hair or vellus hair is a thinner, non-pigmented hair that you find over the rest of your body. And then when you go through puberty, that terminal hair replaces most of the vellus hair. And it varies by gender. Males have more replacement than females. That's why they get that curly black hair all over their arms and legs and back and sometimes in chest. Now, to look at the glands, you've got two main kinds of glands in your skin. You have sweat glands that are also called sudoriferous glands, and they make sweat. And then you have sebaceous glands that make this oily sebum. Now, looking at the sudoriferous glands, there's 4 types, and they're a little bit different structurally, and what they secrete is different. They are merocrines, so they are going to package up the secretion in a little vesicle that moves out the duct to the surface. The eccrine sweat glands are the most prominent ones, and there is a picture of the eccrine. You can see this better in a lab, but that is the eccrine gland right there. It's the most prominent one. They are just coiled tubes like spaghetti that's been cooked, and they're found in the dermis, and then they have a duct if you pull that spaghetti up, and it goes to the surface of the skin. Their sweat that they make is mostly water, and of course it goes onto the epidermal surface. Got them all over your body. Apocrine sweat glands, they are influenced by sex hormones. They don't become active until puberty. And you find this in regions like the axilla, the anal area, and the areola. So you find them in your armpits, around your anus, and areola. They are large glands, and they secrete into a hair follicle. So you can see here, those little grape-like clusters that you see, those are sebaceous glands. And their secretions become very stinky because the bacteria on the skin will metabolize their contents. Since they become active at puberty, that's when you start wearing deodorant. You don't put deodorant on a 3-year-old. They don't have active apocrine sweat glands under their arm. But by the time they get in the upper elementary and middle school, you better have some deodorant for them, or you're going to smell them all the time. Now, that's the first type. The second type are the ceruminous glands. And these are modified apocrine glands, and they release cerumen or earwax into the ear. Around that, there's hairs in your ear, and they release it through the hair follicle. And the purpose of this is to trap anything that gets in your ear and to lubricate it. We're trying to protect your tympanic membrane, protect your eardrum. The third type is your mammary glands. And of course, those are just modified sweat glands that make milk and therefore nourishing our babies. Sebaceous glands, these look like clusters of grapes. So they're clustered into what we call acini or acini, which is a group of cells, and they've got these little ducts around them. And they have this central duct that goes into the hair follicle, and they empty their production of sebum out this hair follicle. We find them everywhere on the body except the palms and the soles. You got a lot of them on your face and scalp. And their secretion is influenced by sex hormones, mainly testosterone, which is the male sex hormone. That's why they have more oily, greasy skin at puberty. So when you get to puberty, you see a dramatic increase in this. As you age, they become less active. Now that sebum that they secrete is waxy and oily. And they release these by the holocrine secretion, where the cell comes out with the secretion in it and ruptures and goes out through the duct. So they contain fragments of cells and other things, as well as that waxy, oily lipid. And so it's going to coat your hair and inhibit water loss. And it also, as I said, makes your surface of your skin a little bit acidic, which inhibits the growth of bacteria.